Welcome back, rum friends. Today I have yet another brand new rum cocktail that I've created. This is number 16 now on my way to creating 100 brand new rum cocktails for a bigger mission that will sort of release like later in 2026, early 2027. This cocktail, out of the 16 so far, or actually the first one I did might split opinion as well, but this one could also be another one that splits opinion. It's kind of booze forward. It's not your typical sort of tiki, fun, tropical, but the ingredients in here are absolutely incredible. There's two. Let's just dive into it. But there's two here that just work so well together that I've never put together. But let's dive in. Right, this cocktail we have called the Fig and Fire. Remember, the recipes will be in the description below, plus I'll talk you through the ingredients after I've made the cocktail, just in case you can't get any of these brands, so you can sort of sub in alternatives, so you kind of know where we're going. Right, first ingredient, I've got my rum. This is a blended rum, but again, we'll talk about it in a minute. 40 ml of this little bad boy. So I'm just going to build out my sour element. This one's actually a lemon juice. I want lemon juice this time. So 30 ml of this, and then the sugar syrup, and we've made a daiquiri. I just want 10 ml of this. So I've got a daiquiri as my base, aka the rum sour. This is how I like to start all my cocktails. Do the rum, the citrus, the sweetener. We've got the sour element, and then we build out from there. Then we're going for some liqueur 43, and you're still thinking, well, hang on a minute, where's the fig and where's the fire? They are the last two ingredients coming. So for now, liqueur 43. 10 mil. I think this might be a case of maybe upping it to 15 mil, but I'm just going to do 10 mil. And then I have got my fig syrup, which I adore. This is such a great alternative for like on toast and things like that. I'm going for 15 mil here, half an ounce. This is gorgeous stuff. Look at the colour of that. And then the fire is coming from these little bad boys. Again, I explain these in a second because we've even got new terminology here for bitters. So I'm just going for a drip. There we go. That'll do. A drip of house bitters. Then after a quick shake, we're just going to serve this out. And then there's the time I always give a shout out to Urban Bar for the cocktailware, for the glassware. There's a discount code, 15% off there if you're US, if you're Europe, if they're UK, in the description below. The glass today, I'm using their tiki old fashioned, which is a bit silly because I've got a tattoo cocktail shaker and stuff here, but they do the tiki and the tattoo in both. So just going to double strain that there, and then we're just going to make it look pretty with garnish at the end. I keep saying this in every video, but that might be my favourite yet. These just get better and better. That is phenomenal. The fig and the spice with the liqueur 43, that vanilla note, those three flavours are just absolutely beautiful. I know fig and vanilla work. I wasn't 100% sure that fig and spice works, but that just delivers on all, on all fronts. There is an argument you could even sort of make that like the fig and the spice, like Manhattan style, without the citrus, without the sour element. But I really like that. I think it's the lemon juice and the sugar that sort of, just accentuates that sour element, but the fig and the spice and the vanilla, those three, wow. Right, let's talk you through the ingredients so you kind of have a rough ballpark of what I've used. So let's start off with the rum, the Forza, Mr. Daiquiri, David Cordoba, ex-global Bacardi brand ambassador. This is his brand, Stella and Lovers up there. Lovers was his Daiquiri rum. Stella, I adore as a white rum, it's like a 4-rum blend. But the Forza, I'm going to read this off the bottle because I always forget. So you have a rough idea of the style of rum that I've used here. 5 rum blends, Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica. So that's your English origin rums, okay? Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica. And then we've got Guatemala and Venezuela for your sort of like Spanish origin column still rums. All right, so it's a 5 rum blend. It is a little bit expensive here in the UK, granted, but it is flipping delicious. And he's just, you know, he's like me. He's like a one, you know, it's his brand. He's not a multinational company that can create rum or like bottle rum for 20 quid a bottle. It's never going to happen. So delicious rum. But just know I kind of used a blended rum for this cocktail. I think most of you should have a good handle of what liqueur 43 is. You know, if you've not seen me say it enough times, then loads of people will say the same thing. But 43 stands for 43 herbs and spices, but the overriding flavour is vanilla. So I treat this as a vanilla liqueur. There are other things going on, but the top note is vanilla. Now, look, this is going to be the sticking point. Real fig is really easy to get, UK and US. I know it is. Are you going to buy a whole bottle just on the off chance? Probably not. I accept that. A bar, fine. Home consumers, no. I kind of get it. How do you recreate a fig syrup? Well, you could probably get some dried figs and infuse that with, you know, some, or like boil them down sort of thing and then infuse it with some sugar. You've probably got a fig syrup there. I think the other way to go might be a fig liqueur. So if you went that, what I would personally do is a fig liqueur, but then probably swap the sugar syrup that I used here for like a demerara or an agave. I think agave is probably the closer, but more of you would probably have demerara. I think if you were going to use a fig liqueur, that's probably how I would go to sort of mimic that. But I adore fig. It's just a different kind of sweetener to your agaves, to your demeraras. It's just delicious. And then my good Scouse mate from Liverpool. Let's talk about these in the UK. You're obviously not going to get these in the US, but what these are, essentially 3 things, okay? Salt and pepper, which most of you would understand. However, if you are not from Liverpool or you've never been to Liverpool, you kind of missed the fact, which I did stupidly, even though I'm big Liverpool football season, or used to be a season ticket holder. I know exactly what salt and pepper means up there. Salt and pepper is like spice. So you've got your chili, your bell pepper and all that sort of stuff going on there. So these effectively chili pepper, chili bitters, but with MSG in there as well. These are delicious. If you're in the UK, 100%. I'll whack Davey's little link in there. There's no affiliate link or anything like that, discounts, but I'll whack his link to these house bitters in a description. And he's like, let's get you these on the back there. He's kind of, I love this as well because no one knows. It's like the pipette. Is it a dash? Is it a drop? Like, how do we work? So he's effectively recreated something and gone, no, let's just call it a drip. Genius. Absolutely genius. So salt and pepper, yes, but with chili, bags of chili, no, and sort of MSG. I generally can't get enough of that. And it's a spice of trying not to cough, but it's delicious. Right. Comments. How would you take that sort of recipe that I've learned there? Fig and spice and vanilla. How would you interpret that? What would you change about this cocktail? What would you add to this cocktail? What would you remove? What brand swaps would you? Rum fans, I'm interested to know what sort of rums you'd put in there. Do you know what? There's a big argument here because I can get the flavour profile. There's a massive argument for a funky Jamaican rum in there. I'm not talking like Ray and Nephew or Rum Fire or anything like that. Maybe Smith and Cross, but like, I don't know, like a Worthy Park, like a, what else have we got? Plantaray, Zymaca, those sort of 45% ABV ones with plenty of Jamaican body. Hamden, maybe, even though it's very expensive. Hamden would be a great shot. What sort of rums would you put in there? Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the future videos. And there's one right up on screen now. So if you haven't seen that one, because if you're watching this live within a couple of days, this will be an old video. But if you're watching this like 4 or 5 days after it's released, that'll be the next video in the series, which will be, I've completely forgotten, 17 maybe?